All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and I just got done reading all your comments, and it seems the NVIDIA bros can't seem to understand why I would recommend the PS5 Pro and why I like it. So I've been pretty damn consistent with my recommendations for a long time. I've told people if you are somebody that wants to play on a 4K display, I recommend buying an NVIDIA GPU because DLSS is going to make that a better experience for you. I've said that multiple times. I've said that in almost every single review that I've ever said. I personally don't go out of my way to try to play at 4K. That's why I bought the 7900 XTX for a 3440 by 1440p monitor, because that is where my PC experience is the best for me. Now, when you look at the PlayStation 5 Pro, the biggest issue that I had with the PlayStation 5 was that it is sold and marketed as a 4K device, but it looks significantly better on a 1440p monitor. So I have been consistent in telling people that if you have an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5, that you should buy a 1440p monitor because it will look good. I've also said and stated recently and throughout most of the videos that I've made about PS5 Pro that it is much cheaper and much more cost effective if you already have a PlayStation 5 to just go buy a 1440p monitor and get almost the same benefit out of buying the monitor as you would be getting from buying a PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, if you are already a 4K display owner, you've already bought your LG or your Samsung or whatever high refresh rate 4K TV that you've already bought,
first, use your fingerprints to unlock the device.
I highly recommend getting yourself the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, the biggest reason that I've always said if you're on 4K to use the to use an NVIDIA GPU is because DLSS does make that experience better. So does PSSR. Now, PSSR is essentially like taking FSR and then adding that extra sharpness or crispness that you would get from like DLSS, where you're not losing a whole lot of image quality, you're actually retaining that image quality, but at the same time, you're getting that it just looks good on a 4K screen. Like, I mean, it's not like earth-shattering or mind-blowing. If you were sitting 8 to 10 feet away from your screen, you're probably not going to tell that big of a difference. But when you actually get closer and you're looking at, I mean, look how close I am to that 4K screen. I'm pretty close. I'm within like 2-3 feet. Like I can reach out and literally touch it with my finger from where I'm sitting. So yes, I am seeing with my own two eyes an actual improvement in the overall look and clarity that I'm getting from PlayStation Pro on my 4K display. Now, when I turn it on, the whole reason I bought it was for the PSVR 2 for Gran Turismo. And yes, I am actually getting a cleaner overall image quality. There's no extra added detail in the graphics. There's no extra, there's nothing. There hasn't even been patched yet. But just the raw power of the PlayStation 5 Pro is delivering a cleaner, smoother experience while in the headset. Yes, you're still gonna see some of the other things that are just inherent. And that is a quality issue of the assets that are already in there, like smoke effects and stuff like that. You're still gonna see that low resolution look that's not as hidden by the blur anymore. So there are more things in VR on GT7 that are gonna stand out more. But there's also the stuff that used to bug me, that used to be mostly prominent in my VR experience with GT7. That blur is gone. It's not like I can't see, like when I'm looking at something, like it used to be like blurry all around that, but that's not there anymore. Like it just looks cleaner all over, and that to me is good enough right now, before the patch, to at least be like, okay, I've got a massive upgrade on all the other games that I already bought. And now I also have hope and faith that maybe the GT7 PSVR 2 experience will be upgraded to a point that I'll be happier with. As it sits right now, like, it's fine, but I don't think that for me the $700 was worth it for if it had only remained the GT7 experience. I don't think I would be as happy. But seeing as other experiences that I've got, like Spider-Man 2, and just like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and so many other games that have actually been upgraded and now take advantage of the PlayStation 5 Pro, I do kind of think this is absolutely worth your money. And they always say, if you want more of something, then you should buy it. And this is one of those things where you should probably buy it, because this is going to be the definitive console experience from PlayStation going forward. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, why would you not want to buy NVIDIA, but then you're wanting to buy a PlayStation 5 Pro? Well, you know, Sony is the only company that actually builds games that take advantage of their tech. I mean, we're still waiting for Microsoft to do the same thing with the Xbox. We're still waiting for DirectML and all of the other things that Microsoft says. But when it comes to like visual quality, I think that PlayStation has cemented itself in like, hey, that is most important to the PlayStation brand. And you can't say they haven't, because we get amazing games on Xbox that don't look as good, but they play incredibly and they have longevity and they last a long time. I mean, when I first saw Forza Horizon 5, I was absolutely blown away that thing was like, whoa, this is PlayStation level quality visuals. And I felt the same way about Halo Infinite, but then you start moving into the next gen games where both consoles, the Series X and the PlayStation 5, are just not up to the challenge to deliver that 4K experience with those visual qualities. And then you get to newer games, you know, like Starfield or gosh dang it, Hellblade 2, and you start looking at like the visuals look great, but they also look, you know, obviously not 4K. They're not doing that well on 4K. But when you look at PlayStation, they go out of their way to try to make the visuals one of their top priorities. So yes, I think that buying a PlayStation 5 Pro over an NVIDIA GPU is definitely smarter. Like, if NVIDIA and AMD actually started producing first-party games that looked incredible on their machines, then maybe we would have a different story. But seeing as the console market and the console manufacturers like Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo still make their own first-party games to sell their damn hardware, to give people a glimpse into what they're buying, that's awesome. If NVIDIA did that, or if AMD did that, could you imagine the massive upgrade in just visual quality and games that we could potentially get if they were actually squeezing the juice out of these GPUs every 2 years? I do kind of think that GPUs should move to a 4-year cycle. I don't necessarily think we need to upgrade every 2 years to get more power. I think they should actually start building games with that power in mind and start making them go. But PC is so, like, they're still trying to target 10 series cards as like their bottom barrel. Let's move forward from that. Like, we're never, I mean, we've got so much power in the PCs we have right now that we'll never, ever see. I mean, maybe someday we'll actually see what their full potential is, but like right now, they're not even optimized. They're not even optimized. Like, you brute force everything and you get this amazing experience. So yes, I do feel like PS5 Pro is the better option, because that thing is going to fully be used. Like, that system is going to fully be used, and you will one day see where the limits of the PlayStation 5 Pro or Xbox Series X or any of these consoles, like one day you will finally see the full limits of what those consoles could actually do. Whereas with PC, you might never know. You might never know. I mean, maybe now you're finally seeing what your 10 series can do, but I still kind of feel like there could be better optimization for PC across the board. I don't know. I don't know, my friends. So yeah, that's why I can easily recommend a PlayStation 5 Pro, is just because of the fact that, like, yes, it is good. And if you're playing on a 4K screen, yeah, you absolutely should buy that. If 4K is your thing and you have to have 4K, absolutely buy it. It's incredible. Like it looks fabulous on my LG C2. So yeah, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. If you want to sit here and tell me I'm still a flip-flopper because I went out and spent my own money and tried a product and I'm like, wow, that's actually a pretty dang good product. I stand behind that. It's good. I paid my own money for it and nobody sent it to me. Nobody gave it to me free. I had to pay for it with my own money. I had to go and get it. I took a whole day off work just to like cover it and play it. And yes, I came away impressed. I could have easily jumped on the bandwagon and just been like, no, man, this product is trash. This product is trash. Like everybody else is doing. It's not worth the $700. It's not this, and it's not that big of a difference. But it truly is a bigger difference than the regular PlayStation. I was never this satisfied with the original PlayStation 5. Not even a little bit. I am absolutely satisfied with PlayStation 5 Pro. I think it 100% hit the mark and did exactly what the PlayStation 5 console needed to do originally. This is the definitive PlayStation experience for the PlayStation 5 generation. This is it. This is what you should have got when you first bought your PlayStation 5. I mean, we can sit here and be mad at PlayStation all day long, but you know, it is what it is. If Xbox came out with a new freaking upgraded console, I would have bought that one too. And I probably would have been happier. I probably, you know, honestly, guys, if PlayStation 5 Pro would have launched in the beginning of this generation, I would have bought that. I probably wouldn't have been as eager to go to PC. So yeah, I do think that PlayStation 5 Pro is in a position to where it can... I do think that PlayStation 5 Pro is in a position to where the older gamers like myself that want that power, they have the money to buy that power, and they have the disposable income for that kind of shit. Yeah, this is the one you want. Old gamer guys that don't want to move over to PC. This is your console. This is exactly what you want. This one's gonna make you happier. Honestly, like this is not made for the 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that are out there that just want to play on their phone or whatever. Like this is built for my generation. This is built for gamers like me in my age bracket and above that just want that convenient 4K experience because that's what they bought their 4K TV for. That's what they want it for. They don't want a blurry image quality because most of us can't see that well anymore anyways. We want that sharper defined image. This is for us. This is the console that is built for us. And yes, it's worth the money. PSSR is actually a technology that in its infancy is good enough to stand next to DLSS. I mean that. Like it is good enough to stand next to DLSS and deliver on that 4K image quality. I've tested this on multiple games. I've looked at it. I've looked for the stuff that most people usually nitpick about. And honestly, if you're not looking for it, you don't even see it. Like it's that good. Like you're just like, wow, this looks incredible. Without an NVIDIA GPU sitting next to you, showing you that like, ooh, that line's a little bit more defined, or this right here, you're never gonna know. Honestly, we got Digital Foundry zooming in 400%, and I've seen native DLSS with my own two eyeballs. I've seen PSSR native with my own two eyeballs. I've seen FSR quality with my own two eyeballs. And between all three of them, honestly, guys, if you're not sitting there with the other one sitting right next to it, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. Like you're not gonna care. Like people say that FSR quality looks terrible. You know, the funny thing is when you're looking at that on a 4K screen and playing your games, it looks so damn good, it doesn't even matter. Like you're already getting a beautiful experience. So, all right, my friends, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.